For years, counterfeit products have flooded Kenya, but now more Kenyans are saying enough. From electronics to clothes and beauty products, consumers are becoming more cautious about what they buy and where it comes from. But what's driving this change? Let's hear directly from Kenyans who are rejecting fake products and why they're choosing quality over cheap prices. If you've ever bought a counterfeit product, watch these reactions and tell us your experience in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe.
Let's talk about fake liquor, shall we? Na hisi leakage fake ya mtihani ama a ghost liquor store. Hizi ni illicity. The UK has actually flagged Kenya among 29 countries with fake liquor. Rwanda has also recently banned the importation, sale and distribution of particular alcoholic Kenyan brands. And the thing is, huwezi jua. Iko na stamp ya KRA ya KEBS, the seal is fine, the bottle is fine, the labels and the logos are looking okay, the QR code is there, and you're buying this from your trusted outlets. Until you wake up 4 days later still high, vomiting, crazy headache, uko na diarrhea, stomach upset, na uko na ugonjwa wa macho juoni.
Unaenda karibu na baba bila mpango lakini unarudi baadaye.
Utajua cardiac arrest si redeem. 60% ya pombe iko kwa markets ni illicity. So wewe ndio utachagua kwenye 40% ama 40 shillings. 60 bob ni fair.
Okay, fine. I have a 100 bob in my pocket. Nataka nikunywa 40 shillings. 60 shillings ni fair? Ni fair.
Kenya is facing a silent health crisis.
I am shocked to see that we have fake HIV test kits in the market.
Counterfeit HIV test kits, antibiotics and medicines used by dialysis patients are finding their way into the country's supply chain. Between 2021 and 2025, the Pharmacy and Poisons Board received 1,413 complaints about the quality of health products and recalled 99 products from the market. The danger is that counterfeit medicines may contain the wrong dosage or even no active ingredient at all. This means they may fail to treat an illness, delay recovery or even cause serious health complications. To tackle the problem, the government is introducing a nationwide digital track and trace system that will monitor medicines from manufacturers and importers all the way to pharmacies and patients.
Finally, somebody has been bold enough to speak about this. You guys, let me see your comments. I am so interested with this history of fake gummies in the market. Mnaenda tu mnanunua fake gummies. Unasikia ati gummies ni 800 ya nini. Mumesikia? In the next 5 years, a number of patients on dialysis will be crazy. Kidneys zenu zitakuwa zimemaliza mwendo.
I am very aware I'm the Kemenyi who tells you guys mwende wholesale pale Isli to buy your things for cheap. Guy, si cheap ni expensive. These are Dettol soaps. 2 Dettol soaps. This one from Carrefour, this one from Isli. Angalia from Carrefour, angalia from Isli. That's the difference. Lakini difference kubwa ni harufu. Hii hainuki anything, inanuka kipande. Sabuni ya kipande. This on the other hand is the original Dettol soap. Angalia, unaona hapo? Unaona hapo pengine? You see the difference? You see? This on the other hand, haina hiyo makia Dettol original, cause it's a fake one. It smells like kipande soap. Oh my god! It took my husband's skin kuharibika for me to actually say it out loud. I didn't smell the Dettol soap smell, especially the Dettol original yenye unuka ile Dettol liquid. It wasn't smelling this. It was the first red flag, but I was like, maybe Dettol waliacha kuweka harufu. Babes, be very careful, be very wary when you're getting your things from Isli. I'm actually starting to toa vitu kwa list zenye I buy from Isli. Soaps, especially things going directly on your skin and your tummy. Akisijui, someone tell me where you buy original things for wholesale prices.
Siko ubaya, watu mnauzanga counterfeits. Your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. Munachukua pesa yetu, mutatuuzia vitu counterfeits. Ndiyo, fine. Najua. Hapa Kenya, kuna watu wanaweza afford the original brand. Lakini hata kama unauza brand ya kitu, jaribu uuze. Kama hii badala ya Zara inaitwa Zaba. You can imagine, huyu ni mtu alienda China, badala ya kutengeneza Zara alienda akatengeneza Zaba. Me, it's a plug of mine aliniambia. Juu vile nilimuexplainia akaniambia ebu angalia brand name. Alafu wameiweka in a way that you wouldn't know it's not Zara. When you look at it, it's like Zara. When you give it a close look, ni Zaba. Zaba. Who is Zaba in the name of Zara? Nyinyi, your days are numbered. Your days are numbered.
Wewe ukiuza speaker acha kuambia watu hiyo speaker ni Nexo. Yes, juu tunaona imeandikwa hivyo, lakini si Nexo. Ambia mtu hapa niko na speaker nauza, ikikufurahisha nunua. Lakini wacha kusema ni Nexo. Kierere, hey, kuna Nexo 12 inches. Hiyo sio Nexo, na pia wewe unajua hivyo. Hiyo ni jina tu hapo imeandikwa Nexo. Ambia mtu niko na speaker hapa na kuja uione, ikikufurahisha nunua. Cha kumwambia ni Nexo. Na by the way, mbona hiyo Nexo tu utapatana nayo tu kwa hiyo duka tu ikiwa na jina ingine. Like watu mnatuonanga wajinga hapa ni nini? Si uende tu huko uambie hiyo kampani yenye inatengenezanga copies, umwambie tengenezeni brandi zenyu tuwauze na brandi zenyu zenye. Sasa mbona muuze ati JBL moja kwingine ni 20,000, kwingine ni 14, kwingine ni 28. Hii kitu imekuja na meli moja. Mbona tofauti bei inatofautisha ati juu umeingia hii duka juu yote tu ni money business hapo. Wewe ndio unagongwa, lakini juu ya kiherere yenye uko nayo ati niko na tu speaker tutatu tu Nexo to mid-range. Hakuna.
Well, first of all, I got friends in the industry and they told me that 65% of the alcohol is counterfeit and there's bad alcohol.
Yes.
Right? So there's two things going on here.
Right.
I had situations where I might have been drinking beer because I decided not to drink liquor from open bottles. And then I'm told that even if it's got that control pour thing, that it could also still be counterfeit anyway.
Yeah.
So I was told that pretty early on to be careful. And then I remember going to a couple of places and a friend would get tequila. I didn't grow up doing shots. If Australians grew up doing shots, the whole country would just be fighting all the time.
Yeah.
And one thing that's actually cool about going out in Kenya, I don't see a lot of fights and people drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they fall asleep. They swatch. Like, what is that? That's amazing. You would never do that in Australia. You never do that in Australia. Somebody would play a prank on you. You would wake up with
oh my God.
Just trending.
On your
Cribbles
head
and stuff.
all kinds of
My
stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah. And so I remember a couple of times having cocktails like a margarita. I spent a lot of time in Latin America, and you don't have to go to Latin America to know what a margarita tastes like.
Yeah.
Here they didn't taste like margaritas.
As we are seeing, it is indeed true that counterfeit products have flooded Kenya, and Kenyans are saying enough is enough. Electronics can no longer be fake, clothes can no longer be fake, beauty products can no longer be fake, and consumers are becoming more cautious about what they buy and where they buy it from. But something is changing. More Kenyans are beginning to question what they are buying, and increasingly they are choosing to reject products simply because they are cheap. Rising awareness, poor product quality, safety concerns, and the frustration of paying twice when a fake product fails are pushing consumers to think differently. So Kenyans are finally saying enough to counterfeit products.
Kwa nini unashtuka ukiambiwa jezi ya Arsenal ama ya Manchester ya Chelsea original ni almost 20,000 huko? Mbona unashtuka? Unashtuka na ni nyinyi ndio mliambia akina Arsenal kwamba hapa Kenya kuna mafans. And of course wamerealize there is a fan base hapa hivi Kenya and they are going to exploit. Hizo counterfeit wenye mnaona mnavaa, hizo za 800 sijui 1500 zote zinaenda kuchomwa. And I think Anti-Counterfeit Authority, tafadhali chomeni, hata kama mnaweza choma kesho, chomeni hizo vitu zote, because we said nothing is hurting local football kama hizi counterfeit jerseys, because people prefer to buy hizi jersey cheap, hizi jersey zenye hazisaidii club. And you thought Nike itakuja hapa, you thought Adidas wote wataset base hapa and then wataacha counterfeit zikue. Ni nyinyi mliwaleta. So wacha kushtuka, ni either utanunua jersey ya Man U ya 20k ama kuja support local football.
If you guys are mad about the whole Captain Morgan market story, imagine how pissed off you'll be when I tell you I don't even drink gin. The last time I drank gin was 2023, July. I can remember the day and I can remember why. This is coming from somebody who studied mixology, so I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Please don't talk to me like I'm stupid. I remember the day, 2023 July, like June. I remember I came back from coast. I was like hanging out with my older sister around like Juja, like what's this base called? Githurai 45, bro. I was in ants. I was deep in ants, yeah. I tell her, bro, it's like 10 p.m. at night. I was staying over at her place. I tell her, bro, I want to drink. She says, oh, you want to drink? Let me take you somewhere. Bro takes me to some base, like machaji na manyonyo original base. And she's like, you can buy a quarter from me. I said, quarter? Bitch, don't miss me that quarter shit. I said, I want a mzinga. But she's like, bitch, calm the fuck down. We're getting a quarter. So we got a quarter of what? Chrome gin.
Hello, good morning guys. So I want to show you, it's been a minute sijaongelelea hii kitu. Me sometimes kuna vitu zingine hata sipendangi kuongelelea, but watu wameniuliza niongelelee. Alafu watu walikuwa wanasema ati niwaambie shop yenye nilikuwa nimebuy hizo vitu wa avoid your shop. Guys, what I can tell you, these things are being sold everywhere in Kenya. Are being sold everywhere, not one shop peke yake. Hakuna Kenya unaweza pata duka moja ndio inauza hiyo kitu. Hiyo itakuwa ni miracle. So, last time I went to Kenya na nikasema wacha ninunulie triplets tablet. Unaona wa nini. So this one I really don't even remember what is the name of this tab. Sikumbuki. Unaona hii, it is dead. It is dead guys. Cheap is expensive.
Hey, nataka kuongelelea historia ya counterfeit. By the way, sinanga shida na counterfeit kwanza kwa watu wa kawaida. You know, watu wa maybe majenzi, watu wana uwezo. Wakitaka kupiga look ya Adidas, you know, ya Alo, ya kuvaa viatu za Nike, hizi tunaona Nairobi za 4-5K. Hiyo ni sawa. Shida yangu inakuanga na maseleb. Yaani uko na do, unatembea, unawajua watu majuu, kuna watu wa kusource. Like my sister sources for people. Na ujue hizi vitu ziko cheaper. Kama viatu za Adidas ni 4-5K originals huku majuu. But anyway, shida yangu sio hiyo. Nguo hazikufanyi kitu. Shida yangu ni hizi makeup ziko TikTok. Unakuta mtu, unaona? Kibu inakaa hivi, atasema hiyo ni face product. Hiyo ni face product. Ulisikia pi face product? Do you know hata kaka kitu unaona kadogo hivi face product inakaa kama hiyo, it is a lot of money. Enda Linton's ama hizi maduka places uangalie face products zinakuanga size. They are ounces. Ounces kidogo. Unaona hii? Kama watu wanapenda shiny face ama watu hawana shida ya oily face, consider hii Nivea ni 130 shillings kwa hukuma wherever. Consider kujipaka hizi vitu. Small ila kansa italand Kenya mimi kwa watu. Jua hizi vitu mnajipaka fake. Hamjui zimetoka Dubai na zinauzwa na watu wa celeb.
In a country where counterfeit pombe imejaa, counterfeit dawa zimejaa, michele, sukari, mafuta ya kupika, kila kitu ni fake. They single out the one person mwenye anauza the least harmful thing. Viatu, counterfeit viatu, hizo ndio wanakimbizana nazo. You know, this is just funny. Between pombe counterfeit na viatu counterfeit, ni gani zitaua wa Kenya haraka? And if you people are just doing your job, since inakasaindo realize that business people have been going to China and bringing counterfeit goods wanatuzia, we want that crackdown to be done across board. Okay? Mwanzie Isili mumalizie Kamukunji. Ama whichever works. But equal across board. Unless you people singled out Shikwa his style mkamtarget yeye personally.
After hearing these reactions, there is clearly more to the counterfeit problem than simply calling something fake. For many Kenyans, buying a cheaper product is sometimes a necessity, not a choice. When the genuine version costs significantly more, the cheaper alternative can look like the obvious option. And this is exactly what makes the counterfeit market so difficult to eliminate. But the problem is what happens after the purchase. You might save money on a pair of shoes, only for them to fall apart weeks later. You might buy a cheaper electronic accessory that damages a much more expensive device. You might purchase beauty products without knowing exactly what ingredients are inside them. And when something goes wrong, the money you thought you were saving can quickly disappear. That is why the conversation around counterfeit products is becoming increasingly important. The reactions we've featured show that consumers are becoming more aware. People are asking more questions about where products come from, who manufactured them, whether the seller can be trusted, and whether the price is simply too good to be true. And personally, I think that change in mindset is important. But awareness shouldn't mean pretending that every Kenyan can simply walk into a store and buy the most expensive genuine product. For many families, price matters a lot. So if we genuinely want people to reject counterfeit goods, there also has to be a greater access to affordable genuine products, clearer information for consumers, and stronger action against businesses that deliberately sell fake products as authentic ones. Because there is a huge difference between someone knowingly buying a cheap imitation and someone being deliberately deceived into believing they are buying the real thing, and that's something consumers need to understand. Before buying that phone, that charger, those shoes, that spare part, that cosmetic product, or even that household item, take a few extra seconds to check the seller and the product. That could save you much more money and potentially protect you from serious problems. What we've seen in these reactions isn't necessarily the end of counterfeit products in Kenya, but it could represent something important, a consumer culture that is becoming more conscious. And if enough people start demanding quality, checking what they're buying and refusing to be deceived, sellers will eventually have to respond to that demand. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Kenyans are genuinely becoming more willing to reject counterfeit products, or will cheap prices continue to win when the cost of living is this high? And what's the worst counterfeit product you've ever bought? Did you realize it was fake immediately, or only after seeing something went wrong? Drop your experience in the comments, because your story could help another person avoid making the same mistake. And if you found this video informative, like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this conversation, because sometimes the cheapest option isn't actually the cheapest option, and knowing the difference could save you money, protect your health, and even keep you safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.